England does not follow the Pope anymore. And then
What about the Great Schism?
he divided Catholicism, and he introduced Protestant systems, where the rest of Europe started adopting Henry VIII system. It was like, you know what, we don't need to follow the Pope anymore.
Quick question, Vanta. What about
sir.
the Great Schism between Catholicism and Orthodoxy first?
And then there was Martin.
Okay. Wait, that's a good question. That's Orthodoxy. Isn't that like mainly supported by Egypt, Ethiopia, and Eastern Europe?
Egypt, Ethiopia, Eastern Europe, with guest appearances from Debate University. Yes, you're right.
Yeah.
There was,
okay. and by the way, I'm not a professor on religion, so I'm just observing. I'm just speaking on what I've observed. My bad. Carry on.
It's interesting you mentioned Ethiopia. That's where the Book of Enoch is mainly held, and in the Christian Church. I was wondering if because I don't know much about the Orthodox. I was wondering if, well, I know quite a bit about the Orthodox, but nothing on that subject. If within the Orthodox Church, the Book of Enoch is accepted as canon.
I don't think so.
It's the Ethiopian Coptic Church is the main church in Ethiopia that accepts the Book of Enoch.
It's not considered.
Andy says, I love Andy. Andy's so smart. I don't know why Andy's not up here, especially for this talk. Augustine calls the pagan gods demons in his City of God, giving credence to the idea that the Greek gods are real in some sense.
So actually, if you would, when you start looking at like Enoch and whatnot and the stories like with the Watchers, I think that you can make a correlation between the Watchers, which are the fallen angels, which are the parents of the Nephilim, to the gods and the gods of the pagan religions. But that's just my opinion. That's something I look at. I know there's other people who hold that belief too.
I don't know. Hold on. Evan, hold on for a second. I'm going to test something.
Can you hear me all right? It's probably it's me.
It's not you.
That's Ryan. Wow.
Hold on, Evan. Let me unmute it again.
I didn't even recognize you.
Hold on, everybody, stop for a second. Evan, unmute. It's you. Do you have a? Let me do this. It's not Beth. I thought it was Beth.
Not me.
It's not you. I thought it was you because it was the same sound as last night, but it is not. Because I realized when you were talking, I was like, wait a minute, it stopped, and she's talking.
I moved my table all the way away. It was like,
hold on.
Is this better?
Yes. Thank you.
That was probably my computer fan. My bad.
Okay. That's okay. That's okay. It happens. Like it happens to everyone, and we just work through it. All good. We're fixed now. I always know because the fans neutralize the music in the background, and so that's how I know like there's something impeding on the stuff here. All right. I apologize. Back to you guys.
If I can chime in for just a second, I can't stay for very long, but I don't know about all the folklore you guys are talking about, but back where I'm from, the Kanto region, we worship an ancient Pokemon named Mew, which is the origin of all species.
Oh my god, you know what? Enough.
So it's actually all Pokemon that we know of descended.
Hold on.
All Pokemon that we know have actually descended from Mew. So there's rumors that they were actually able to find DNA of Mew and make a clone, but I haven't found it yet, but I'm actually going tonight. I'm almost done.
Where is Arceus in your canon?
Hold on.
Oh, sorry, my mic just switched, so I can hear you guys now. But I'm actually going to Cerulean Cave tonight to investigate a weird issue there. So hopefully I might run into this clone if possible.
Ryan, hold on. We have to know. Did you have a date last night?
Well, look. Don't worry about me. I'm good.
Ryan.
No,
everyone is invested. Everyone is invested now because you came into the chat last night and you're like, I've got somewhere to be.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
Radical coder completionists already know that I've got a girlfriend, so that's where I'm at right now.
Ooh, Ryan's got a girlfriend. I'm excited for you, Ryan.
I like you.
I am so excited. I have been like rooting you on. I'm so
sorry to
excited.
Beth's daughter, who I know
it's
was.
All good. Don't worry.
So you're saying Mewtwo is the Antichrist?
Yeah, it's
Well,
Mewtwo the Antichrist. That's a good question.
Actually, Giratina is more of the Antichrist Pokemon.
Oh my God, this guy! God damn.
Ryan, where is Arceus? He is literally the creator god
Yes,
of the Pokemon
Arceus is the god of
universe. Where is
Pokemon. That's
Arceus?
right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
This
worship
Arceus.
Arceus personally. I've never seen evidence of an Arceus. I've seen plates. I've seen the plates that allegedly Arceus uses to change types, but I've just
You
never.
can catch an Arceus for
I've never
yourself.
caught an Arceus, so I just can't tell. I can't tell for sure.
Mm-hmm. Is your girlfriend in Canada?
In Canada? Oh, Kanto. Kanto.
No,
yeah.
He said Kanto,
Miss
not Canada.
You missed it.
Kanto.
You missed it. Awesome. All right.
That's right. Steve was saying your girlfriend's made up. That nobody would ever want to date with you. That's what he was saying.
That's real.
I want question for Ryan.
You don't know his girlfriend. She lives in the Misty.
Misty.
Mm-hmm.
What?
All right, back to you guys. We can continue down
Ryan, is your girlfriend Misty from Pokemon? Since you're dressed like Ash Ketchum from Pokemon.
No, dude, I'm not dressed like Ash. I'm actually dressed like Red, and Misty's like 10 years old.
No, she's an adult gym leader. What do you need?
From like
The game canon.
1995.
If you're gonna try to,
Pokemon don't age.
man, maybe say
right.
something like, "Did you and Rob get makeup or something?"
What?
Did you and Rob Nor makeup or something there, Radical
No,
Code?
not yet. I'm gonna ask him for his forgiveness.
That who you went on a date with last night and you didn't
Yeah,
I was
spill
just
the
looking for the
beans?
mysterious girlfriend, you know. There's some loosey-goosey use of the word girl,
She
boy
goes to another
stuff,
school and we wouldn't know her.
All
I'm
right.
sure.
Does anyone have
picking with
information
you,
on
Ryan.
the Nephilim return after the flood? Is anyone a Nephilim?
Give it
Yes,
half
yes,
not all night. I got somebody coming.
All right, I'll hold that one. And we can do little season theory too. If what's his name? Is it okay for Christians to make believe? This would tap into the Halloween stuff too, I think. Like we do Santa Claus, right? We do make believe with our children. We do Halloween where we make believe we're creatures of the night or Power Rangers or Pokemon people.
And when you're Christian, you make believe there's Sky Daddy up there.
If you are atheist, you would believe that. So, is it okay for Christians to make believe?
Maybe.
I was born and raised Muslim. Even we do Halloween night, in our community. Halloween became considered as just an average commercial holiday. It's commercial. The whole thing's commercial.
Ooh, Mama said tooth fairy.
Well, it's kind of a trick question because Christianity is make-believe. So,
but even if it is,
let's go down the route of presuming Christianity is 110% real. We accept it, and it's there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it, right? Let's all the atheists on panel pretend you are a Christian. I know that's hard for some of you. All right.
Yeah, that's hard. Yeah, that's hard.
Would it be okay?
Let me iron half of the wrinkles out of my brain first. I'll be right back.
Would it be okay for you to make believe, dress up, pretend something is there that's not, like Santa Claus, Easter Bunny, so on and so forth? It's kind of like living in Delulu, telling a lie, right?
Well, like with my kids, I mean, like I was raised Christian, raised my kids Christian. I never lied to them like with like Santa Claus is real or the Easter Bunny is real, but I certainly encourage them to be imaginative and to, I mean, you need those skills in order to create things, right? Mm-hmm. So I don't see a problem with it.
I mean, there's no reason. There's like anybody who essentially wastes time trying to condemn the idea of Santa Claus. I mean, there's much better things to be complaining about than a fat man in a suit who isn't causing harm. Isn't causing harm to anybody, and if anything, might be encouraging children to do good. So it's like obviously Christian ethics in the Bible are important, but the Bible doesn't tell us literally everything. It doesn't tell us how to make a nuclear fusion reactor. We have to figure this kind of shit out for ourselves.
Actually, Dave, No, never mind. I'm going to come back to that point. Carry on.
Real fast here. The reason why I didn't like tell my kids that like the Easter Bunny or Santa Claus and that stuff is real is because, especially with them being children, I didn't want them to eventually find out that I lied to them, because that's going to damage their trust in things that I tell them, right? So that was my purpose behind going that way.
You know, I kind of respect that you did that. I kind of respect that you do that, because my father, now I don't respect the man at all, but he was Jehovah's Witness, so he never told us the Santa Claus or any of that fairy tale make believe stuff, because they do consider that like in the witchcraft realm, and he never told me any of those lies. As a matter of fact, he told me very clearly that those people are lying to their children. Yes, and that I should never do that if I ever had children in the future.
Exactly.
Yeah, you shouldn't lie to your kids. You should let them, when they turn old enough, you should let them go choose a starter Pokemon and begin their adventure. I chose an EV and involved in Umbreon, as we've all known. But hey, guys,
who was your first starter, Ryan? Who was your first
Ryan,
starter?
Are you making your exit? Hold on, please. Hold on, Banta. I need you to actually listen with your ears, okay? Because you've been very interruptive to everyone, and I think it's because you're on your phone, and that does cause like a neutralization between voices when you're on the phone. So just be mindful of that. Ryan, are you making your exit, sir?
Yeah, I am. I'm hosting a Halloween party, or co-hosting a Halloween party. So I gotta finish setting up here. But yeah, me and Umbreon, my first Pokemon, he was an Eevee. And then he leveled up to level 20, and he leveled up at night. And his friendship stat was, of course, maxed out. So he evolved right into an Umbreon, and we've been best buds since long before that. But hey, I just completed my Pokemon journey. I got all 8 badges. I'm heading out to the Indigo League tonight also. So wish me luck taking on the Elite Four. And hey, happy Halloween, everyone. And thanks for having me, Sarah. It was good seeing you guys.
Absolutely, Brian. Thanks for stopping by. I love your costume.
Was any of that?
My oldest son loved that show, and I understood everything Ryan just said.
Oh dear God!
I still never found out if his Pokemon ball lit up or not. The Pokemon ball on his head.
Probably didn't.
Oh, that would have been awesome.
I was asking, but I couldn't get through.
That's okay. Sometimes we just have to let things go. Asvaroon, I know you have something to add into this, and thank you for the big 5. And what do you got for us on Christianity and Halloween, or Christianity and make-believe, whichever one you want to go?
Well, we also have some similar festivals to Christianity's Halloween. We have something called Mali Amavase, where they worship the ancestors after they've departed, the souls of the ancestors. So Halloween and that festival are actually.
Say that last part again.
The Halloween and that festival Mali Amavase, they're similar actually.
Oh, okay. Elaborate.
No, on that particular on that particular day, on the dark moon night, they're supposed to worship the ancestors of the departed, and they're supposed to offer all the 5 elements as a token of gratitude for us being born in this world. For that, you need to worship your ancestors' spirits. Otherwise, they believe that you'll be cursed if you don't do it. So it's somewhat similar to Halloween, actually.
Okay, that actually makes sense. Like almost like going to the graveyard, right? To like for people who have died before, your relatives, so on and so forth, and saying goodbye again, or saying hello, or it's their birthday and you're stopping by, leaving flowers. So honoring like the Day of the Dead in a way of just paying honorary marks to them for a full day. That makes sense. Okay, I'm driving with it. Go ahead, Beth.
I kind of like the whole idea with the ceremony that they do down in South America, where like they light up candles, they hang flowers, and they leave the door open for their departed family and loved ones to come visit. I think that's just kind of cool.
Aw, that is neat.
I've never seen it like the setup. It's really cool.
Doesn't the Japanese do that as well? Like, they have these kind of floating candles for the
Japanese also have altars. Many Japanese, even though a lot of them are secular. I mean, I've visited Japan a few times. A lot of them are secular, but they still practice aspects of Shinto, including like 70% of Japanese houses and apartments still have altars in which they will leave tributes for spirits of the dead or also spirits of local deities that they worship. My first visit to Tokyo, I was, by sheer coincidence, my hotel was right opposite this big shrine in the middle of urban Tokyo. And at the start of the day, you found a lot of people on their way to work would stop and pray for 2 minutes or so, even though they lived secular lives, because we still need to find this meaning in our lives. And there's, like, I think most of us believe in some kind of spirituality and something beyond the physical. So they still engaged with that, and they still engaged with honoring the dead. And it's like, have you ever seen a Japanese graveyard? It was like, it was a forest of stone pillars. Literally, my brother and I were walking down a mountain by accident. We looked down, and it was this forest of stone pillars of all the dead. And in Okinawa, I was in a cemetery, and they had this. They just have these obelisks about 4 or 5 foot high, apart from obviously the great and the good at the top of the ceremony that had big, large burial plots that were closer to what we would understand in the West. But I mean, they're still, even if they live secularly and maybe don't even really truly believe it, they still engage with the whole ritual of honoring the dead and wondering where the dead go and probably hoping to see them again.
Yeah.
Where do we? That leads me to my next question. Then, what do we think happens to the dead?
Oh my God!
I mean, because I know we have Christians on board, and I also know we have atheists on board. But I mean, if you don't believe that they go to heaven, right? Your soul goes to heaven or whatever. Then what do you believe if you're outside?
I know exactly
of the
what happens.
Okay.
You meet all your lost dogs at the end of the path. They're all just there waiting on you. All of them.
I'd love that. I'd love that.
The kind of Christian.
I mean, I'm with you on it. I don't think that's how it works, but I will join you, sir, if it happens.
We can hope.
Yeah, we can hope. So with the Christianity I was indoctrinated with as a child, I was always taught that the dead sleep, waiting for the second coming, and like I didn't really believe in ghosts and stuff. Like my parents were very much like, that's not real. If you're seeing something, it's a demon trying to trick you, and you're gonna go to hell. And so I was like traumatized as a child by that.
Oh my God.
And I didn't really believe in ghosts until like I started working at hospice, and then it was like, I saw stuff that changed my mind quickly.
Can I double what Beth said? Like, can I back her statement? Because I was born and raised a Muslim. I no longer practice Islam, but she's right. Even in Islam, they believe once you die, you have to wait until Judgment Day. So all the people who are dead currently are like in deep sleep until God sounds the trumpet, Judgment Day, and then everybody comes back to comes out of the grave and start getting judged. So like in our belief system, anyone who's dead right now, they're all in deep sleep until the day of judgment.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Anyway,
so currently, no one is in heaven or hell right now. No one is in heaven or hell currently.
If you want to carry the Christian religion.
Hold on, Azvarun had his hand raised. Sorry, Azvarun, go ahead.
Yeah, in our religion, there is a belief system that after the body perishes, the soul will be in a miserable condition because it needs another physical body to fulfill its desires. So being unable to do it, it will be miserable. They say spirits are evil or whatever. They'll be so miserable actually that they'll attack you if you try to come in contact with them because they don't have a body. There are heavens and hells also in our religion, but the thing is, the problem with heaven and hell is that it's like going to jail, or it's like being in a very good place. Like let's say you've committed the crimes. Depending upon the intensity of the crime, the soul will go to hell and stay there for depending upon how intense the crime is, but it won't be forever. Even heaven also, depending upon how intense the actions were good, it will stay in heaven for that period and it will have to come back. Ultimate salvation is beyond heaven and hell, where they'll merge with God.
Okay.
So I've got a quick question, if you don't mind. What you said there about that souls would become so miserable that it would almost be bad to contact them. Could that not be like genuinely quite spiritually and psychologically harmful to people? Like if your grandmother just died, you can't try to commune with her because no matter how good or how warm or how kind a person she was in life, now she's this miserable, wretched spirit that will attack you. Could that not be very
scary?
harmful?
Yeah, it is scary because I've been to this place. There they exercise the spirits out of the person's body. So even it's a Hindu place, but even Christians and Muslims also come there. So I've seen a Muslim man's wife being possessed by some kind of a spirit. She was speaking in a language that none of us knew. Like she was easily able to speak some other language. And I've seen some Christian people also being possessed, and they came to that place and they were able to remove the spirits out of their bodies, because it's done on every dark moon night of the fortnight that takes place once in 2 weeks. You'll actually have to go. There's a lake over there. First you have to bathe in the lake, then you have to come out, then you'll have to hold a rock on top of your head. So if the spirit is possessing you, it starts coming out actually, and you'll start speaking an alien language. Then the person will have to come over there and exercise that thing out of the spirit, out of the body. So it's a very ancient temple, and they don't charge any money. It's done for free. Anyone from any religion or caste can come to that place. So I've been there actually, and it was a bit scary actually to see some being talk in a language that's alien, and they can't be heard or communicated. So most of the spirits are miserable actually. They can't fulfill their earthly desires, right? They would have died living an unfulfilled life. So they'll catch hold of someone's body and try to fulfill their desires through that person.
I'm just gonna go refill my coffee. Beth is in charge. Everyone play nice. I'll be back in just a couple minutes. Keep going.
Why am I in charge? I want to push back on what you said, because I had an auntie, right? You know, I'm Muslim. I'm not Muslim, but I come from a Muslim background, African, blah blah blah. My auntie was possessed, and we had an exorcism in her house. Like, she was possessed, claiming she's possessed by a jinn. Are you familiar with jinns? It's like an Arabian.
Yeah.
Possessed by a jinn. This woman, who had very soft spoken, her voice became damn near like Barry White. You know the singer Barry White?
Yeah.
It's very deep. Yeah. How could this woman go from a nice soft spoken vocal to Barry White? She was talking crazy. It's like, and she was saying, I am the jinn. I'm possessing this body. I am a male jinn possessing this woman. I love this body. I'm going to keep it. We had to call a cleric to exorcise this woman. But me personally, Varun, I think my auntie was going through some mental issues. I don't think it was like some kind of spiritual thing. Could you say that for your culture? Wait, Varun, can you say that for your culture in India?
No. I've seen. See, one thing is, according to Islam, they shouldn't associate with any other religions, right? So if that's the case, I saw a Muslim man with his wife come to this temple, and his wife started speaking an alien language, and they had to remove the spirit. And my friend, actually, his brother got possessed. So when he got possessed, he became very, very strong physically, and it took 10 people to hold him down. He was able to jump from the second story of a building and land on his feet. It was very tough to hold him down, actually. They needed a lot of people. And then what happened was that they had to ultimately go to a Muslim fakir. He used some kind of exorcism techniques, and removed the spirit out of his body. So,
it's called the ruqiyya. They read the Quran over the person. It's called the ruqiyya. You have to read some lines. There's a chapter in the Quran for the jinns, where you summon the jinn out from the body, or the demon, whatever you want to
call it. Even within Christianity, Scripture does talk about possession. As a matter of fact, Jesus exorcises people, and his disciples go on to exorcise people as well. So the idea that now the church, kind of has denounced that, and a lot of churches have denounced.
The Catholic Church, the exorcists apparently the exorcists have never been busier, and they're actually training some new exorcists for the first time in a while. But I remember when I was growing up,
it was time for Constantine to come back.
There was the story of the man having seizures in the temple, which is often interpreted today as epilepsy or something like that, which statistically it probably was. But I still remember distinctly there was this footnote, and it was just a footnote, even though it was a Catholic school, at the very end saying, by the way, to dismiss it as epilepsy could ignore the reality of demon possession. Well, that would have been an interesting topic of discussion.
I think ultimately the reason why Christianity has moved away from the exorcisms is primarily what you said. We've learned that certain things that we thought were demon possession, such as epilepsy, were better treated through other means than this exorcism that wasn't always working.
Well, that's the thing, right? And I'm even all for, yes, they should be looking at, medical reasons for it first, including mental health.
Yep.
Yes.
And I think through that, they've probably dismissed a lot more. And now, unfortunately, I think they may have dismissed so much that, like you said, now they're never been busier.
Yeah. I find a lot of times, not so much on this channel, but there's people that believe that like the government is trying to do things to your body through like vax. I'll stop there and whatnot. I think they kind of miss the verses in the Bible where it says that God will heal you. He will mend your body.
I think more importantly, this kind of nonsense is self-discrediting and requires no input from us. I mean, I'm not even talking from oh my God, our corporate overlords might exercise that completely unaccountable power over the panel. Genuinely, some things you hear mostly related to this are so stupid that I really don't think we should waste our time on them.
I have good pushback.
Go on.
Probably part of the reason why they've overlooked the part about God will heal you is because most people actually lack the dedicated faith to see that happen within their life, right? I mean, how many people do we have that go to church, say they're Christians, and really don't actually live a Christian life or walk the walk,
I don't think any of the spirits were ever people. I think these are inhuman entities and intellects, and I think every single fairy tale, legend, and myth from old are warnings against making deals or holding trump with inhuman intellects.
I think there's something to that. That's what I was raised to believe.
Beth?
Go ahead, Ezra.
The thing is, have you heard of sleep paralysis?
Yes.
It's like very rampant in the West. Whenever they go to sleep, you become vulnerable to psychic attacks. And when you're in that sleep, like they say, sometimes sleep actually it makes you self-identify even more strongly with your limitations. You're in a state where you're helpless. That's when these entities come and attack you. They've seen flying saucers also coming and pulling the astral body out of the physical body. They've seen the physical body levitate. Some people who've been into death metal cults, they've seen some kind of blue demonic spirits come and strangle them. So the thing is, you can't discredit them as mad people because it's happened all over the country. And many people who they have experienced this are not related only to each other, but when they have prayed to Jesus Christ, it's actually helped a lot in reversing this condition of sleep paralysis.
The more that we advance through time, the more and more that we can disprove such claims. And the reason why I say that is primarily that we have video everywhere. And, that these things that are visual that you described, we aren't catching anywhere on video.
Why should we catch a spirit on video? Why?
Well, he described a blue, glowing creature. He described levitations. He described things that we just don't see.
The thing is, this is the description of all the victims who have suffered from this. They have described whatever they've seen. So you can't say that all of them are mad, because most of them are not related to each other, and it's happened all over the place. Like, it's not happened only to one particular place. All over the country it's happened. So discrediting all their experiences as some kind of a hallucinogenic induced state doesn't make sense. They've been attacked as well. So you can't say everything that they've gone through is fake. These things, like this.
I would agree with you.
If I may, real quick, Varun, like I agree with you. Partially, I think there has to be a healthy medium between the scientific analysis of what's happening and also the spiritual level, because we're not arrogant to say we can't be arrogant saying there's nothing spiritual, nothing. Who knows? We're still a young race of humans. We're in the 21st century. Oh yeah, I'm atheist or I'm scientific. I think science is right. We can't be that arrogant. Maybe there's something going on that we don't know. So I'm with Varun a little bit. I'm on this side a little bit.
Why I'm saying this is because they say you have split personality, or you have what do you say, schizophrenia. These people who suffer from mental disorders, I've noticed many things about them. When the psychiatrists give them medicines, it never cures them only, and they could be under possession, because their whole lives they've been taking the medicines. It never cured them. In fact, it made their organs even more hopeless. One woman who was undergoing psychiatric medication, her kidneys became toxic. I forgot what that medicine was. They had to remove one kidney of hers. It never changed actually, and the mental illness, it never vanished actually. So there are a lot of people who are materialistic nowadays. They'll commit errors in their pursuit of materialistic goals. That's when these non-physical beings, these spiritual beings, will see that this woman is ready to make a deal with the devil. They'll possess her body actually. They'll be able to fulfill their wicked desires along with her, and she won't be able to know what's happening, and she'll be like in a very haggard condition too. Nowadays no one is morally pure, right? So they're prone to possession. So the psychiatric tablets, I've never seen them perform any very well when people take it.
I agree. I think a lot of medication can cause problems, and I don't like when people believe science is the cure. Science can also be your it can destroy you too. It's not all good element. So
honestly, remember thalidomide, the tragedy of the morning sickness pill that caused all those birth defects.
Yeah, that one was horrible.
Yeah.
Oh, but they make more money.
Thalidomide. I'll post it in chat.
You know, we've all wondered why all these muscle heads are all stupid. We just learned that there's a lot of lead in those protein drinks that they've been, and those protein shakes that they've been drinking, because they're not a food, so they don't regulate them the same as a food, and they're not a drug, so they don't regulate them as a drug. They're a supplement. So there's tons of, there was up to like 7 nanograms per serving of lead within some of those protein drinks.
Let's do a sound check. We're going to do a sound check for P. Fletch. Are you coming in? P. Fletch.
Are you here? Can you hear us?
Oh, there you are. We got you there. And Ant, let's do a mic check on you. Are you coming in?
Am I here? Hello?
Yep. All right. You're both in. Okay, good. Go ahead.
Sarah, are you familiar with the you had a weird look on your face, the morning sickness pill that Dave brought up? So this was like, it was right after World War II, right? Or right before, somewhere in there.
It was in the 50s and the 60s, I believe.
They created this magical pill that cured morning sickness, but damn near an entire generation was born with horrific birth defects from this medication. Yep. And it was actually like the company that made it is still making stuff. There's a documentary about it on Netflix. I'll find it and send you the name of it.
That's creepy. Why are they still in business?
Yeah.
Because they can afford to pay the fines.
Sorry, some thalidomide.
Thalidomide. I've put it in the StreamYard chat.
Thalidomide. That was
what is it? The devil you know, or the devil next door, or something like that. I'll find the name of the.
But no, just to pick up on what was said.
What I was going to say.
Baby melting drug. Ew.
Another report I've seen on that similar subject was that there's a as far as like medications and things that are supposed to do good, that there's oh shoot, I can't think of the word right now.
Well, it wasn't
I'd like to pick up on that.
That's why we've developed all these extensive testing protocols.
What is it, like Viagra? Wasn't that originally supposed to be like a blood pressure medicine?
It was.
Yeah,
it was.
It sends all the blood pressure elsewhere.
Yeah.
There was a penicillin recently that had that's giving people allergies, food allergies. Somebody had actually so severe that because they had to take large doses of this penicillin, that they can't eat like anything, peanut butter, olive oil.
You mean antibiotic, not penicillin?
Antibiotic. Yes, thank you. Antibiotic.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was having a hard time finding the word to begin with. Thank you for helping me.
No problem. It's fine.
What you just said about the lead and the protein shakes, I mean, that honestly doesn't surprise me, because we now, but especially in America, we have this whole industry of pseudo-scientific woo-woo wellness products that position themselves to very, very neatly avoid regulation from all of the agencies. They put themselves, and they pay lawyers six-figure sums to put themselves in legal categories that just walk the tightrope between all of the regulations. If you're familiar with Dianetics and Scientology, the E-meter says it doesn't officially has a disclaimer